Welcome back to the shop, everyone. This week's video takes place in 2024 week 9, that is February 26th to March 3rd. And in this video, we are just really quickly starting off. I got the procharger part in that I ordered, but it's wrong. So gonna have to reach back out to my parts guy and get that all sorted out. So with that not working, we are going to switch over to wiring the switch panel into the car. Oh, I'm sure by now you guys have seen me do an absolute ton of wiring, and this is no different. So I'm just going to quickly zip tie the wires up that post, kind of get them in order, and then I'm going to start putting the mating Deutsch connector on the car side, because I already got one on the switch panel side. And throughout this process, what I realized is that I have more grounds than needed going up to the switch panel. So I ran a ground and a power when I initially ran all of the other wires to trigger all of the devices, and then I also ran another ground wire up when I was just doing some testing for the master on-off switch. So I do have an extra ground that I don't end up wiring in, but that's okay. I only needed the one anyways. So yeah, with that, I'm just going to go through here. I'm going to strip the wires, ends on them, crimp them, Deutsch connector, start testing some stuff. So with everything going, get that last little connector in, plug it in, and all of those things should light up, and I got nothing. Of course. Well, I realized I didn't have a fuse in the output because I'd stolen it for something else, so I bought some new fuses. The first one I went to put in, he didn't see, but because the car was on, it touched the power and the outside and decided to blow up. So got a new one in, and here we can see my switches are working. I've got some gauges that are working. For some reason the fuel pressure is not working, even though the pump is on. So I'll have to figure that out. Maybe the car has to be running. I'm not sure. But the switches work. The fans are working. You could briefly see it there. So yeah, all in all, very happy. So the next thing we are doing is we are cutting out some brackets for my procharger. So as always, the first cut does not go well. The brackets, like the cut's very angled, so instead of being straight up and down, it kind of kicks off to the right. That just wasn't really nice at all. So I end up having to get some new consumables for the torch. There's a copper cap. I don't know what the actual term is for it, but there's copper cap on that torch, and it was just kind of beat up, and half of it was chewed out, so it was shooting the arc at a 45 essentially. So off camera I switched consumables out, and I'm ready to do another test cut. And while those cuts were not perfect, they were certainly far, far better. So I'm going to pull them off the table, and we're going to go and take them over to the bench and just kind of get them cleaned up, get them finished off, and get them ready to go. So on the bench there, I have the original kind of just cheap sheet metal piece that I was using. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend each of these pieces to roughly the same shape, and then I can adjust them later as needed when I get them on the car. Alright, so with those done, let's actually put them on the car. Let's get the intercooler back on the car, and let's just see if these are going to work in any way, shape, or form for me. Yeah, so looking at this, I think, yeah, these are absolutely going to work. If I recall correctly, when I had this installed originally, I had the bottom angled up more, but that's really not a huge deal to do. I could easily, modify those tabs a little bit. And what I will do is once I get the final angle is I will weld the brackets. So when I cut them, I cut little relief cuts so that I could bend it. So yeah, so what I'll do is once that's in place, I can fully weld it so those brackets are solid. Yeah, so it looks like everything is kind of going, although I do want to point the surge valve more to the front of the car, I think, because right now with the way the wheels would rotate, I'd probably be shooting a bunch of stuff at it. I might also kind of build a shield for the surge valve because I don't want to beat the crap out of it while I'm driving with rocks and stuff off of the wheel. But for my test drive, I think it will be okay. Later on down the road, I may even move that surge valve to somewhere else. We don't know yet. We still got to get this on the road and tested. Okay, with those brackets done, I am starting on making some new custom spark plug wires. So this took a fair bit of work. The way I did this is I made the first end connector, I put it onto the spark plug, and then I ran the wire roughly to the appropriate area where it's going to terminate on the coils. And so I did that for all four, and then after all four were run and zip tied together relatively nicely, I then went and I cut each wire to length. So I put the actual connector onto the spark plug coils, and then from there I kind of marked and cut each wire, and then I terminated each wire. So do this 8 times. It takes a bit of time and effort to get it all, looking nice. So as I was going through this, I realized I had my coils on the wrong side. So this side is 5, 6, 7, 8, but I had the coils for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the coils don't know what number they are. They don't really care. But I remember when I put the coils on this side and I was kind of zip tying the wires, I remember thinking to myself, like, these Deutsch connectors are in a weird place. Well, now it makes sense because I had them on the wrong side. So just very quickly swap them out, and then we can continue on our spark plug wire journey. Those cutters, I'm trying to use them, like, it's not working. I'm like, what the hell's going on? As it turned out, those cutters, the tip of one side was broken. So that's why they was not cutting the zip ties for me. So yeah, those are in the garbage. So after I had all the wires cut to length, I decided to come over to the bench and build the wires, just because, you know, nailing down on the floor, meh, I got a bench, should use it. Well, folks, we got one side of the spark plug wires done, and that is all the time we have for today. So, as always, if you have stuck around this long, I'd like to thank you for viewing, and we'll catch you in the next one.